It was brought to my attention that OSRS had quite the interesting leads Q&A which shared some information relevant for both RuneScape versions. These topics being the removal of the Duel Arena, economy related changes and perhaps a GE tax, and next coming to old school. So whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax and enjoy. The first topic we're going to be talking about is the Duel Arena, as Mod Meaver shared a comment on a post covering a clip I'm about to show you on the RuneScape 3 subreddit, saying that they have plans in parallel with the old school team and they're also going to be exploring a few options regarding the Duel Arena.
Like, it's been a long time since me, Kieran, were on the stream with Mike talking about the Duel Arena, and we really appreciate players' patience and we understand the frustration in that not much has changed since then. So I think it's safe to say and to confirm that the Duel Arena will be removed in the long term, and it will be replaced with more engaging game content.
Now during this livestream they did mention that they are going to be removing the Duel Arena in the long term, but that long term probably means a few years. As for short term solutions, they did mention a staking cap which they'll give more details on mid-October. It was also said they want to work together with players to make the best out of it and change it properly. I have no clue how they're going to make the replacement of the Duel Arena more engaging without the staking aspect, but we'll have to wait and see. Regarding what Mod Meaver said about sharing details about potential changes to the Duel Arena on RuneScape 3, well, I don't see that happening anytime sooner than on old school, so it's going to be mid-October or later. If you're wondering about my opinion on the Duel Arena, I think it should be removed as it has no place in RuneScape. It only contributes to more real-world trading, scamming, and gambling addictions, or worse. If you increase the difficulty of people getting into the gambling aspect of it, less people will become addicted and less people will return to gambling because it's harder to access or more shady. Removing the Duel Arena will deter new gamblers and perhaps some current gamblers from gambling as well. That decrease alone is worth removing the Duel Arena for. There isn't a single good reason to keep the Duel Arena in the game, so I'm glad that JMods are finally talking about alternative options or changes and the complete removal of it. Now one thing I want to briefly touch upon is the fact that Mod Kieran said something about RuneScape economy experts taking a look at both the old school and RuneScape 3 economy, which might interest you.
Iconic items that you don't expect to see prices that low. That's a big thing. Well, we spent some time looking at what we've done. Jagex has actually brought in some game economy experts who are actually taking a look at not just old school but RuneScape as well to make some recommendations and actions we can take to put things in a better place. So
Mod Kieran then goes on by talking about an example of something that could be done, being taxing the Grand Exchange. With this system, players would pay tax over items, which then could be used to buy items off players with that taxed money to take them out of the game, creating an item sink. I'm not sure if this is really that relevant for RuneScape 3 and more relevant for old school, as we already have Invention, but I thought it was interesting enough to mention, as RuneScape's economy can be pretty wild sometimes too. Especially since RuneScape's rare items are being manipulated to record heights, so knowing that some kind of economy expert is taking a look at both games is pretty interesting. The final topic is fairly exciting, especially if you play both games, and because of it I went ahead and did a trio next kill with 2011 gear, which was really fun. Now while next is coming to old school, it's not going to be a blatant copy of the release in 2011, which by the way has been changed quite a bit since its release, both graphically and mechanically, so it's going to be something very similar but probably different, including the rewards as well, as they can't be the same as on RuneScape 3 because they would be way too strong. The OSRS next news led to my next guide blowing up, and it's honestly pretty funny to think that OSRS players are watching a RuneScape 3 guide in anticipation of this boss's release, or just to get some kind of idea of what the bosses are like. And without familiars and regular overloads and using tier 70 bolts, 2011 gear, this boss can be really tough if you're doing it in a solo or duo, and even in a trio you use a lot of food, so this is definitely going to be a group boss for old school RuneScape. And a fun one at that, so the OSRS players are in for a treat, and they should be getting more information around mid-October as well, alongside information about Raids 3. And with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. I didn't actually expect to cover anything OSRS related, but I thought it would be relevant to RuneScape 3 players as well. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.